22 years old, Emily Shaw had just completed her internship in architectural design and was hired by one of the largest firms in the country. But overnight, her dream job disappeared after her company cut new hires due to the pandemic. Forced to move back home with her parents, Emily used her skills and creativity to renovate their home and document it all on TikTok. Her videos went viral. 3.4 million followers later, Emily is a DIY superstar.
Hi, my name's Emily, and I'm an interior designer. A couple months ago, I surprised my parents by redesigning their house while they were away. From this to this, from this to this, and from this to this. I did it all with my boyfriend on a budget. After they got back, we also redesigned an old bedroom into an office space for the two of them. And we got started on my sister's house by tackling the porch for a little honeymoon getaway. In between projects, I've been sharing different budget DIY projects and dorm DIYs. And I've been helping out some of my followers by giving them some digital design ideas for their own places.
I love that. Emily Shaw joins us. Now, every parent wants a kid like you to redesign their entire home. Jackpot. Emily, as I said, you graduated from school. You thought you were about to launch into a career, and life came to a screeching halt at your young age. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy being a 2020 grad by any means. Nobody can really control what happens when a pandemic strikes. So me and a lot of my friends also just didn't have the future that we had worked for anymore. And it's definitely really disappointing because especially where I was, I loved everyone who was there. They were all so inspiring. So having that opportunity taken away when you worked so hard for it is definitely really tough. But I definitely have turned things around.
You sure have. Your first project, the one that gained you was millions of followers on TikTok, was renovating your parents' house, the entire house. Which rooms were your favorite?
One of my favorite rooms was definitely the office that we did for my parents. And I think that was one of my favorites because it was an extreme transformation, because the room used to just be a junk room where some of my sister's old stuff was after they moved out. And we turned it into this amazing office for my parents, and we did it with only a budget of $100. So
wait a minute. Whoa. You did that for $100?
Yes. So I actually paid for the project on my own because I wanted to gift it to my parents, and I'm a college student who just graduated. So we were able to do it on such a tight budget because we did a lot of selling. So a lot of the items that were in the room, we would just sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
You're at your boyfriend's home. Behind you is kind of the craft center there.
Yeah.
So do you just have bins and bins of things that you use now to do these designs?
Basically, yeah, just paint, glues, brushes, all sorts of different things, just in a big cabinet.
In a big cabinet. Okay, so as I said, you're at your boyfriend's house, and you've been looking at your boyfriend's parents' laundry room to get in there and help them out. We have the before picture of it. Let's look at it. Now tell me a little bit of, okay, so that looks like my laundry room. That looks like most people's laundry room. What's the first problem here?
There was just no functionality other than it being a laundry room. So we added a whole lot of different elements to it. We made some fake cabinetry that pulls out and it's on a budget, and we made some paneling on the wall that hides the wiring, but you can still access it, and some holes in the countertop where you can drop recycling in, and just all sorts of fun things.
You said you made that, go back, if we could go back to some of that. You made the countertop?
Yes.
How did you make that?
We took some wood from Lowe's and we stained it, we coated it with a bunch of polyurethane, and we cut some holes in it so you can drop your recycling down in it, and then kept the leftover wood as little covers for it.
Oh, that's good. So you're also about shelving, I see. And because that's, again, using unused space along the walls.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Affordability-wise, like how much would this project cost?
It was a couple $100s. We didn't have anything to sell beforehand, so it was a little bit pricier, but it was still super budget friendly and all sorts of stuff.
Do you have one room in particular that you love to jump in and redo at this point?
Well, we're actually hoping to renovate my sister's whole house soon because she just moved into her first home. So that is coming up on the agenda for sure.
And could you have ever imagined, I'm sure, right when you learned that things were somewhat imploding here, could you ever have imagined that you'd have this newfound fame and success?
No, not at all. I didn't expect this as my career path at all, but it's been so amazing to hear from all these people and have them tell me their stories and show me the projects that they've done because I showed it. And it's definitely been super inspiring to keep going.